It is a bumpy evening taking shape across central and eastern Kentucky. I'm tracking the possibility of strong and severe thunderstorms coming up.
Holiday shoppers are hoping to get home before high winds hit the area.
Local, state, and federal police agencies all responded to the state's Human Resources building after reports of an armed intruder. Thankfully, police say no one was hurt.
This is WKYT News at 5.
As Chris has been showing us, severe storms moving closer to our area on this first alert severe weather day, and some of them even prompting tornado warnings.
Right now, the strongest stuff is still to our west, but meteorologist Chris Bailey is already keeping a close eye on what is heading our way. He's tracking the timing of these storms in our first alert weather center. Chris?
Yeah, big area of low pressure that is spinning across the western Great Lakes, guys. We're on the warm spring-like side of this storm. Air this time of year, when it gets this warm, it gets this humid, you know you've got some instability. Something has to give. You throw something to get the air to rise. That's a cold front and low pressure. You're going to get thunderstorms. That's indeed what we are seeing as of now. Numerous warnings stretching from parts of Indiana and Ohio through western Kentucky. Tornado warnings all the way into parts of the deep south as of right now. Here's what we're noticing. That tornado watch is out for western Kentucky until 9 o'clock this evening. That includes Shelby County, Elizabethtown, the Bardstown area points to the west. Severe thunderstorm watch, northern Kentucky, until 11 o'clock this evening. Severe thunderstorm warning continues for far northern parts of Owen County, up toward Gallatin County, getting in on that as well. And that is a storm that will continue to work its way into northern parts of Kentucky. But the overall amount of lightning with this line of thunderstorms on the northern edge has weakened. Still getting those some potential severe wind gusts out of that. A couple of showers trying to pop Shelbyville down to the west of Harrodsburg toward Liberty into Casey County, and that extends toward the Tennessee border. But look at this mess into the western part of Kentucky. All kinds of warnings with this in terms of severe thunderstorm warnings along that line and tornado warnings that have been in effect into parts of the Owensboro area, now into Hancock County. That line of thunderstorms goes all the way to the deep south. Look at all those tornado warnings, confirmed tornadoes right now on the ground into parts of Mississippi. Around here, we're kind of timing that line into the latter part of the evening through the wee hours of the morning, and it's a high wind threat that is taking center stage to go along with heavy rain. Guys, this line of thunderstorms, as it zips through here, may have a couple of kinks in that line. What does that mean? That's where you can get a little bit of rotation or spin. So the tornado threat, albeit a small one, is there for parts of the region later tonight.
Chris, thank you. This severe weather threat is making it difficult for people who are out and about trying to get last-minute things done before Christmas.
And some of the people we caught up with today say they're keeping a very close eye on the skies tonight. Our Victor Puente is live now in Hamburg Pavilion with more on how people are trying to beat the storms. It's our top story at 5. Victor?
The threat of high wind hasn't stopped thousands of shoppers from coming to the Hamburg area. The ones I spoke to told me they hoped to be home before there were any issues. The packed parking lot in front of Target saw a steady stream of buggies filled with last-minute gifts.
A few things for other people, but a couple things for us too.
Last-minute shopping, you know, try to pick up some appetizers and stuff for a little shindig get-together we're having with some friends.
Try to make it so we don't have to go out again.
With temperatures in the 60s, it seemed like the perfect chance to cross off the last items on your list.
And the weather is nice.
I know, I can't believe it.
But some of these shoppers know the clear skies aren't going to last.
Try to get done and get back home before the rainstorm comes tonight.
Those high winds combined with a high turnout could lead to some long waits later this evening.
It's crowded out here, and the roads are really going to be crowded going home tonight too.
Roads these shoppers hope to be off of before that severe weather arrives. Despite the crowds, they tell me they aren't forgetting the universal reason for this season.
Just Merry Christmas, everyone. May the force be with you.
Now, AAA says if you are going to be driving tonight during that high wind, the best thing you can do is slow down. That would limit the impact any large wind gust would have on your vehicle. Live in Lexington, Victor Puente, WKYT.
Victor, thank you. And the storm system moving east across the south has killed one person in Arkansas. An 18-year-old woman was killed and a 1-year-old was injured when powerful winds uprooted a tree and knocked into a house. 3 people escaped unharmed, but the woman and the toddler were trapped inside the home about 65 miles northwest of Little Rock.
A week of heavy Christmas travel is being made even worse by this weather pattern. Millions of people are using the rails, roads, and runways to get to their destination. As Danielle Nottingham reports, the weather is leaving some airline passengers with flight delays.
Thousands of airline passengers were up early to avoid the rush at New York's LaGuardia Airport, but they still face delays. Thick fog and rain delayed nearly 200 flights in the Northeast Wednesday morning.
Lines are much longer than normal, yeah. So the big thing is just to get myself some extra time.
Long lines also snaked around Chicago's O'Hare Airport. And there was heavy traffic at drop-off areas of LAX. Officials say the nearly 38 million people flying over Christmas and New Year's can expect to see a heavier security presence.
I'm hoping that today will be a little bit smoother and the transition for catching other planes won't be so bad.
The TSA tells CBS News more passengers are likely to pass through body scanners. The enhanced airport security comes after the terror attacks in Paris. The technology has evolved. A generic figure now replaces more revealing body images to protect privacy.
I feel safer that people are going through the body scanners rather than just go and not get checked with everything that has happened in this country.
Rain and snow caused problems on the roads in the Pacific Northwest. AAA says 100 million Americans will travel more than 50 miles from home between Christmas and New Year's. And cheap gas helps. The average price for a gallon is around $2. Danielle Nottingham, CBS News, Los Angeles.
And whether you are traveling or shopping, WKYT can help you stay alert on what's happening with the weather right where you are. Just download the WKYT weather app and traffic app to stay up to date on severe weather and the latest road conditions. It was a frightening situation. A report of an armed intruder inside a state building led to a large evacuation this morning in Frankfurt.
We have some Sky First video of the Cabinet for Human Resources where several police agencies responded this morning to make sure employees were safe. The claims turned out to be unfounded, but as WKYT's Hillary Thornton reports, police say they would rather be safe than sorry.
Well, it is a lot calmer out here than it was around 10 o'clock this morning when local, state, and federal agencies all rushed here to this building for reports of a man inside with a gun.
An individual with a gun in a gray hoodie, sweatshirt, dark blue jeans, white male, late 30s, early 40s.
Around 10 o'clock this morning, the more than 500 employees housed in this building heard an announcement over the intercom saying there was a possible armed intruder inside.
So I was scared, and I'm sure my coworkers were also.
Investigators say the initial reports of a man walking down a first-floor hallway with a gun quickly escalated, leading to their large response and evacuation of the building as a precaution.
We don't take these kind of things lightly. Obviously, you can see by today's response, we take these things very seriously.
Officers say they do believe the woman who alerted police was legitimately concerned, but possibly mistaken.
Anytime you get in this type of response, you've got to take it on its face value that you're dealing with what you're dealing with. And when somebody calls in and says, hey, we got a guy with a gun in the building, you've got to respond and react to that accordingly.
Now, after about 2 hours, the employees who were evacuated were shuttled back here to their vehicles. Most of those employees then headed home for their long Christmas weekend. In Frankfurt, Hillary Thornton, WKYT.
And Sheriff Melton says he talked with the woman who alerted police in the first place. He says they're still trying to determine what exactly she saw that caused today's alarm.
A home has heavy damage after a fire this morning in Lexington. Firefighters were called to Chantilly Street just after 10:30. That's just off of Cambridge Drive on the west side of town. A man and his grandson were in the home when that fire started, but they were able to get out. The fire department says there were no smoke detectors in that home.
This is another prime example of why we recommend people have smoke detectors, and we have programs that are set up through our community service division to help get these in place for families that need them.
The family will have to find somewhere else to stay tonight because of smoke damage to the home. Investigators still aren't sure how that fire started.
Funeral services were held this afternoon for the victims of a deadly car crash in southern Kentucky, and that begins our county-by-county coverage. Judy Pennington Adams, her pregnant granddaughter Tiffany Williams Morgan, and Tiffany's son Kyson were all laid to rest today at noon. Funeral services were also held for their friend Charlene Lewis, All 4 died last week when police say a driver who was drunk and on drugs crashed into their car in Clay County. That driver, Jason Gibson, is still at UK Hospital. In Franklin County, a man who's already been charged with 2 DUIs is now facing a 3rd DUI. The sheriff's office responded to a hit-and-run crash last night on Manly Leestown Road. 2 people ended up being flown to UK Hospital for treatment. Tips from neighbors led police to a home down the road where they found a damaged truck. Michael Turner was arrested for DUI 3rd offense, driving on a DUI suspended license, leaving the scene of an accident, and other charges. Turner had a warrant for his arrest for failing to go to alcohol counseling classes. And in Laurel County, officials confirmed that a woman arrested for hoarding dogs in Laurel County has received some of the dogs back. Stephanie Fields was arrested last week on animal cruelty charges. She's the director of Homeward Bound, an animal rescue organization based in Laurel County. More than 170 dogs were seized from her property last week. The emergency management director says that some of the dogs were returned back to her because he could not tell us, how many. We are told the remainder of the dogs not returned to Fields will be put up for adoption.